Welcome my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Hey, what's up? It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about the challenge, the final vendettas. It is over. It is done with. So basically, did you guys notice that Zach had on leggings and so did, Shane? They both had on leggings. I was like, whoa, what's going on with that? Zach is in leggings. What's good with... Zach was in army fatigue leggings and Nelson really did look good after I got a close-up. So anyways, it is what it is. And so basically they started talking about, the fighting and the things that was going on in the house. And so, they show us a picture of, Cara getting into it with, Marie over trolling and things like that. And so basically everyone in the house feels like Cara is the biggest problem. She has the biggest vendettas. And it was Corey, Tony, Nelson, Kayla, Nicole, and Cam actually had a vendetta with Cara, or had a problem with Cara. And did I say Tony? Yes, Tony, yes indeed. So it was like a fest on let's get at Cara. So Cara don't really have too many friends on that stage, but she does have one friend. She has a friend in Bananas, and she has a friend in Derek. Derek was definitely defending Cara, and he definitely had her back. I was like, okay, here we go. And so, Kayla, and, Kayla was having her issues with, Melissa. So Melissa and Kayla was going back and forth, and these are the tweets of Melissa tweeting and Kayla tweeting about each other. So Kayla was like, before Kayla, it was Marie. Marie left a note telling Cara that, her boyfriend, or the guy that she was hooking up with, Kyle, he tried to get with Nicole, he tried to get with Sylvia, he tried to get back with Marie. So she was saying that, since you gave, Kyle a BJ, he's been talking shit about you and trying to hook up with everybody else and just ask everybody in the house. So Marie was trying to just get in there. Marie was just trying to throw in them duckets. She was basically trying to have problems with Cara to throw Cara out off of her game. And actually, I was telling you guys that Kyle wasn't really feeling, Cara in that way, that he was using her to get to the end game. So that's why it really pissed me off that she chose Kyle and didn't choose, Leroy when it was time to. You know what I mean? She could have got rid of Kyle, but Brad would be there too as well. It was just like, yo, Kyle, you could tell that Kyle was not really into Cara. He was just using her because he knew she was the strongest, the toughest. She had more experience. She was a vet, and she knew exactly what she was doing. And at one point in time, she was tied to Bananas, and Kyle was trying to get close to Bananas. And then you had Shane. Shane jumped in, and he said as well that Kyle told him that he doesn't really like Cara. She's all hard. She's all manly. And he really likes Sylvia because she's all soft like a woman and all this other stuff. I was like, damn, I told you Kyle likes them other type of chicks. Cara wasn't his type. And it was like, damn, she didn't even know that she was being used. So, Anissa steps in for Cara. Was like, they just hooked up and that's what it was. Anyways, it is what it is. And them other tweets between, Zach and Brad, Melissa and Kayla. So you can just check them out. It's up in the slideshow. You can just hit pause if you want to read them or whatever. So they asked Sylvia, did Kyle try to make moves on you? She was like, yeah, he did, but I didn't like him because he had hair plugs. And everybody started laughing. And that's the note Marie wrote to for Cara. So you see that Kyle had hair plugs. I didn't think he was that attractive and, at all. And so, Sylvia felt the same way. She was like, he's unattractive, and especially the hair plugs. Everybody started laughing. Tony was dying. Corey was dying. Devin was dying. Nelson was dying. They were just really laughing at Kyle. Like, damn, Kyle had hair plugs. I was like, oh shit. And Tony was like, I'm so glad I wasn't the one to bring it up. I'm so glad. So, Sylvia was like, he had hair plugs. It's like, oh shit. And then Kyle didn't address that he had hair plugs or anything like that. And then we get to Devin and Bananas going back and forth. And, Devin's just talking about, he's better than Bananas. He sent him home. Woo, yay, ha, ha, ha. He was just in it to win it with just getting at Bananas. Bananas was like, win a challenge, win a final, win something. It's the first time you ever won in an elimination round. So, okay, kill that bull crap. Kill that. He was like, I don't want to hear it. And so Devin is just teasing Bananas. If I was Devin, I would do the same thing. I would ride this wave until I can't, because no one else was able to do it. Even Jordan tried to do it, a few years ago, and he ended up getting sent home. And so, Bananas was like, it took the whole house to bring me down. You guys all had to get together. And so that's what, Devin was, then, Corey jumped in, and they asked Corey a question. Corey was like, that's what I've been trying to do every time I get on the show. Take him down, take him out. Because when you don't go after the vets and you let them pick off all the newbies and the rookies, then the vets started picking off their self. So you play a scared game. Devin says a scared game too as well. And so Johnny Bananas is like, whatever, wait till we get a combat one-on-one. Anything physical, go, I got you. And Devin was like, whatever, you're gonna go home again. So so it is what it is with that situation. I was just like, yeah. And so then, Bananas was like, it's editing that make you look like you was cool and you was doing it. Banana has said this previous time before in different interviews, that they edited it to make Devin look like he was this big thing to keep the season going and to keep like a war going on between them. So Devin is eating it up. He don't care. They can edit, and Devin was like, oh, let's blame it on editing. So it is what it is with that situation. So I was like, okay. And so you have, Devin talks about his problem with Natalie, that he didn't like the way she was playing, how she was using the Big Brother game to play it on the challenge. She was very deceitful, manipulated, and all this other stuff. Bananas was like, that's how we play. And that's true. That's how they do play. But I guess people want you to be angels or whatever. And then also we see how Corey got shit on by Kyle. And Kyle tried to act like he didn't say that he was going to attack Corey and all that other stuff. Basically, Kyle is a liar, and he will have sex with women he's not attracted to or like, if it means for him to get to the end. But Bananas said, Corey, you was going to go home anyway. You was going to get sent home anyway, regardless of how Kyle vote went. So we see at the end that Kyle wants to do this for a living. Now he wants to be in a challenge as much as he can possibly be in a challenge. So we'll see what happens with that situation. And then they talk about, Brad and his craziness, them calling him insane, a lunatic, and he was insane and lunatic, and his eyeballs were bulging out. They're not bulging out today or on this, reunion show or whatever, but Brad was just like, I shouldn't have went after Marie for piece of gas. Should have just left it alone. But because I realized I made a mistake afterwards, because people think I'm psycho and crazy. I was like, yes, because you went ham. And then Marie explained that she was just getting it for her friends or whatever, blase and a third. So they go back and forth, and Zach and and Brad just feel like I shouldn't have did. I thought I was helping out everybody else that was outside drinking to make sure they got some pizza. Then Marie says her piece. So it is what it is with that situation. They're going to have to cross paths once again. You know that. And so you got Brad and Zach with their little vendetta going on the internet, them dissing each other on Twitter. It's in the slideshow. You can see it. And so, they was both laughing. But at the end of the day, Zach and, Brad end up, making fun of each other. And they'll leave everything, on a challenge, not tweet about each other. And they handle it like men. But Zach did say that Brad was going through a midlife crisis because he just got divorced and he was kissing and all this other stuff. He was like, he's going to regret what he's doing. But, but Brad does not regret what he's doing. And he doesn't care about Zach's opinion and how he feels about him in any shape or form or any way, but he can understand that why he probably feels that way. So, but I think Brad is better now that he's older than he was younger. He seemed much better, and Brad looked decent. He aged very well. So they're gonna respect each other, and it is what it is between each other. They're gonna be cool. And and they're gonna basically try to get to the end of a final together to see who wins. And we got Kaylee and Melissa and the Caminator. So basically, Cam was saying that I was trying to be respectful to Melissa to try to tell her that her roommates were talking shit about her and all this other stuff. But Melissa said she wasn't being respectful at the situation. But it seems like Cam was really giving her a heads up, because her roommates, look what they did to her. They threw her out of her room or whatever. I think it was her roommates that actually threw her out of her room, or partially some of her roommates. So Melissa said you was not being respectful, you was rude, you was trying to intimidate me and all that other bull crap. So then that was one beef or whatever that happened. So, you know, Cam was saying, I was just trying to help you because you was bopping, you was starting and bopping, and everybody was talking shit about you, so I was trying to help you. And then they said, oh, the reason why everybody was talking shit about you is because Kaylee was spreading all these rumors. That's what Jimmy said, because Jimmy jumped in, and then Kaylee was like, mind your effing business. So, it is what it is. It's crazy. And then it was like, and then so Kaylee was like, you was talking shit about Melissa too. You have problems with her too as well. So why you acting like this? So we see Kayla and Melissa likes to be top of the gossip, and it was spreading a lot of rumors. And basically when, you know, Kayla said that, you know, Melissa had her pants around her ankles the whole season, I was like, that was wrong. It's in the tweet that's up there. So I was like, oh shit. Here we go. And then you got Kaylee and Gemma. You know, they went back and forth because they had a little situation. They had their problems. But it is what it is. And then Bananas was like, yo, Kaylee, me and her are still friends. We're still cool, whatever. But they possibly hooked up after, you know, Bananas said we both got sent home. But Kaylee didn't get sent home. She left. So anyways, they show them, you know, having romantic little rides, you know, where they was, and you know, him buying her a flower and all this other stuff. So he possibly hooked up with, you know, Kaylee while they was waiting to deport on the plane or whatever. So they didn't so they did what they did, but him and Kaylee are friends or whatever. It's all good. So it seems like Banana was getting he got with Kaylee, Natalie, and Melissa, because they show a video of him and Melissa in his hotel room, and she was butt-ass naked with a towel wrapped around her. She was about to take a shower. So Bananas is single. He's back, and he's ready to mingle with all the young chicks on the show, and because he's their grandpa. So it is what it is. I was just like, damn, there they go. So but Melissa and Johnny Bananas denied that they had anything going on or they was hooking up. And then it was the rumors with Melissa and Tony. And so far, you know, Tony denies the rumor, and so do Melissa deny the rumor. Kaylee's the one that spreaded the rumor. She says she heard the rumor from Nelson. Nelson told her the rumor when they were somewhere in London while filming the challenge or whatever. Nelson told her. They asked Nelson. Nelson said, I did not tell her. That's not true. And, you know, Tony says he denies it. And then we get the tweet where Melissa says, you know, Kayla jumped all over me because I was flirting with Tony. Then she turned around and hooked up with the same guy that I was flirting with. And mind you, Kaylee said that she wasn't, Melissa said she wasn't flirting with Tony, but in that tweet she admit that she was flirting with Tony, but on stage she said she wasn't flirting with Tony. So she's kind of a liar. And so the rumor is that Kayla and, you know, Tony hooked up. Tony totally denies it. Kayla denies it. Nelson denies ever saying anything like that. Devin denies it. So we don't know if they hooked up. You know, Kayla says he's like a big brother to me. So you guys use your imagination. What do you think? You think they hooked up? I'm gonna say I do think they hooked up. I'm just gonna say I think they did hook up, but he kind of didn't have her back in the game, right? I think so. So anyways, moving on from that, and then Corey and, you know, the Kyle situation that got deaded, and then I was just like, shit. And then we find out that, you know, Natalie might have hooked up with Veronica, and she slept in her bed twice, and they was cuddling, but they both denied anything sexually happened, or they wasn't asked. But Banana was like, he was getting back at her. So why is she mad? She was hooking up with Veronica. Bananas think Veronica and Natalie actually hooked up. So it seems, I'm surprised, you know, Veronica didn't accuse Natalie of rape like she accused Anissa. So we see how that goes. I was just like, okay, I'm reloaded. So Kaylee and Melissa, did they hook up? They might have, but I don't think they had a chance to, because everybody in the house really didn't like Melissa and didn't like Kaylee at certain times and points, and all that other situation. But everyone said that they hated Natalie more than the hate was towards Natalie more than it's towards Kaylee and Melissa. The house really hated Kaylee. They hated the game that she played, and they hated everything about her. That's what it seems like. That's the word on the street. I was just like, damn, they ain't playing around. So, Kaylee, she didn't get no love. So Kaylee was like, whatever, I don't give a shit. Kaylee was like, whatever. And so, Johnny Bananas said that, he cherished Kaylee. I mean, he cherished, Natalie. So Natalie's not getting any love. Everybody in the house said that they hated Natalie more than they hated, Kaylee and Melissa. So anyways, Johnny Bananas says that he cherishes, Natalie and wants to marry her. And she was like, I'll sleep on it. And then, Leroy said, well, if you don't, and, when you sleep, if you want to get back at him, you can sleep with his best friend. I was like, oh, shit. So, anyways, and, Shane spilled the beans. I was just like, so that was basically, Cara got into a fight with, Nelson, and, he said he didn't want to run a challenge with her or final with her, which is crazy. And then she replies, well, I don't want to swim next to you in the final. So I think that was a great comeback. That was pretty good or whatever. They got into it at the Halloween party. And Nelson was basically just talking about how Cara walks around the house with her nose stuck up in the air. She thinks she's better than all the other girls. Then Jordan concurred and was like, oh, she always acts like that. Last season, she walked around the house like all the girls should kiss her ass, lick her feet. And then everybody else agreed with Jordan, and a lot of people co-signed that Cara acts like she's all that. She's better than everybody, and she does carry herself that way, and it is what it is. And so Cara was like, no, I don't. That's not possible. And then that's when Derek jumps in, was like, she can do whatever the hell she want to do. She can walk around like this and that. She's been in 11 challenges. She's been doing this, doing that, and basically she can do that. And she could do that. Like, if Cara wants to do that, Cara, if she wants to do it, that's fine with me. That's not the reason I kind of dislike Cara. The reason why I kind of dislike Cara is because what she did to Nelson, what she did to, Leroy, and then her, being best friends with the drunken lush that's not on the show anymore, and how she supported her, cheating with Tony, but she got mad at Tony and not the drunken lush, and how she supported the drunken lush behavior and was trying to, defend her and all this other shit, and the drunken lush wouldn't do that for her. So anyways, that's what really pissed me off about Cara. And because before that, I always wanted Cara to win, but the last 2 seasons with Cara, just her attitude and the way that she acts with certain people, and it's like she turned her back on, Leroy, even though he does forgive her and he doesn't have a problem with it, but he was really close to her, and she did it for some dick. So that's why that pissed me off. She did it for sex, not a good, reason. So it is what it is with that situation. And so then Derek and Jordan, they go back and forth, and it's funny, and I thought it was nice or whatever. So then we have the main event, find out who wins, and guess who won? Cara. She won. She won more than $370,000. She's the one that won. She was first place. Zach was second place, and Kaya was third place, and Kayla was fourth place. And Cara was like, yo, I did it for all my peoples. I did it for all the women out there. I did it for everybody. So anyways, that was it. This is it. And so Cara was just crying. So I guess I don't know what Cara gonna do. It seems like nobody likes Cara, so there might be some things that are being filmed that are being edited, or we can't see to show why people really can't stand Cara. And Jordan went in, but him and Jordan and Cara got a pass. So anyways, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and it'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peace, my peoples. It's Mary Jane. I'm signing off. One love.